911 police emergency. Yes, I'm calling to report a...
She put me in that state where I don't know. I really wish I did now, but now I really do want to her mama.
I came out of the bathroom and this person was in his underwear. He just basically sort of did what he wanted to do and he kept saying, don't fight me, don't fight me.
He's a manic depressive. He is. I mean, that's just a fact. And just recently, I've become afraid. I mean, very, very much afraid.
I'm not scared of these guys. These guys think they intimidate me, and they think that I think that they're scared. Oh well.
There's a time when he cannot control his temper.
Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, faced a tumultuous period in 1992 when he was convicted of a crime he vehemently denied. Although controversy surrounded his conviction, Tyson's prison sentence had a profound effect on his life, leading to unexpected transformations that few could have foreseen.
And she was smart, but she was naive. There was an audible gasp from the gallery, and I think a little bit from the jury when she walked in the courtroom because she was tiny.
When one reflects on Mike Tyson, the image that often comes to mind is that of the legendary boxing champion and his swift rise to fame. However, it's impossible to ignore the more challenging chapters of his life, particularly the incident that led to his incarceration. What were the reasons behind Mike Tyson's imprisonment, and how did this phase shape both his professional career and personal life journey? In 1992, the world was stunned as the prominent sports figure Mike Tyson received a six-figure prison sentence following a legal conviction. This marked a substantial downfall from his esteemed status and left a lasting impact on Tyson's public image.
And I see the guards got their shirt over, they're laying out. They're sleeping, they're drunk, and I'm looking at the CO.
The incident centered around accusations leveled by Desiree Washington, an 18-year-old beauty contestant from Rhode Island. Washington claimed that on July 19, 1991, Mike Tyson had assaulted her in his hotel room in Indianapolis. Their interaction began earlier that day during a rehearsal for the Miss Black America pageant, where she reportedly agreed to join him in his hotel room later. Upon entering Tyson's hotel suite, Washington anticipated a party but found only Tyson in attendance. She alleged that despite her objections and resistance, Tyson compelled her onto the bed and subjected her to assault.
And I think things that sometimes crass and coarse, but I would never do nothing to that extent. And whatever I did, I may have took advantage of women before, but I never took advantage of her.
Throughout the trial, Mike Tyson vehemently denied any wrongdoing, maintaining that their encounter was consensual, and even suggesting that Desiree Washington had enjoyed it. While acknowledging the use of inappropriate language during their interaction, Tyson insisted that no criminal activity had taken place. He expressed remorse for any distress caused to the victim, stating, quote, "I have not assaulted anyone, tried to assault anyone by any means. I'm sorry for the victim as a person. I by no means meant to hurt her or do anything to her. I'm sure she knows that." In his defense, Tyson's legal team sought to portray Washington as an opportunist pursuing financial gain or notoriety through false accusations. They highlighted inconsistencies in her narrative and alluded to potential motives related to previous legal disputes. The trial, which garnered significant national attention, featured compelling arguments from both sides. The prosecution presented testimonies from other women who had experienced misconduct or aggression from Tyson. Although formal charges were not filed in those instances, these accounts lent support to Washington's allegations.
There has been an incident report made, and it's my understanding that Mr. Mike Tyson has been alleged to have committed the crime.
The defense, in contrast, underscored Desiree Washington's character, contending that her willingness to visit Mike Tyson's hotel room late at night suggested ulterior motives, which she later portrayed as a assault accusation. Nevertheless, a pivotal aspect of the trial was the introduction of medical evidence from a nurse who examined Washington after the incident. The examination revealed vaginal abrasions and physical injuries consistent with forceful contact, providing crucial support to Washington's claims and challenging the defense's narrative.
I don't know what to say about that situation. It just basically took the whole life out of me in that situation. I never again trusted anyone.
On February 10, 1992, following 9 hours of deliberation, the jury delivered a verdict finding Mike Tyson guilty of 1 count of R and 2 counts of criminal deviant conduct. Judge Patricia Gifford sentenced him to 10 years in prison with 4 years suspended. Tyson ultimately served 3 years of his 10-year sentence before being released on parole.
Mike Tyson is innocent until proven guilty, but his record won't help his defense.
Now, Tyson's been in trouble before, only it has never been this serious.
This conviction marked a turning point in Mike Tyson's career and life. He was no longer solely known as the youngest heavyweight champion in history or for his ferocious boxing style. Instead, he became forever associated with a heinous crime that irreparably damaged his reputation. In his autobiography, he wrote, quote, "She knows it, God knows it, and the consequences of her action are something that she's got to live with for the rest of her life. However, it is quite evident now that sport life is not everyone's cup of tea, and when it comes to boxing, it becomes harder for anybody to save his reputation." Muhammad Ali faced the prospect of a prison sentence for his conscientious objection to the draft, which marked a significant interruption in his illustrious boxing career. However, he often downplayed the seriousness of this threat, amusing his friends with a humorous portrayal of the scene he imagined upon his eventual release. Off on another flight of fancy, Ali rolled his eyes and said, "There will be millions on the streets chanting, 'Here come the champ,' all trying to reach me. Then I'll say, pitching his voice high, 'I don't want to fight nobody.'" Mike Tyson embodies the epitome of tenacity in the face of adversity. When life throws relentless challenges and hardships, many individuals might choose to surrender. However, Tyson is anything but an ordinary man. He used his time in confinement as an opportunity for self-improvement and personal growth, emerging as a higher caliber version of himself. This transformation was not only physical but also deeply rooted in a profound mental shift.
I feel like you seem happy, you seem like in a really good place in your life.
Yeah, I'm in the winning position right now, yeah.
While incarcerated, Tyson underwent a notable intellectual transformation. He immersed himself in literature, avidly exploring history and philosophy. Embracing a newfound dedication to self-reflection and personal growth, he took up the habit of journaling to capture his thoughts and experiences during this period.
Oh no, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way up. Yeah, rock bottom is beautiful. The struggle of coming back is beautiful.
In the midst of his prison sentence, Mike Tyson encountered a world vastly different from his life as a boxing champion. This segment provides a detailed account of Tyson's time at the Indiana Youth Center and the extraordinary efforts he undertook to transform his life. Upon his arrival at the facility, Tyson adhered to a rigorous daily schedule. Early mornings were marked by rising promptly, followed by breakfast and engaging in physical activities, including weightlifting and calisthenics. Additionally, he took on janitorial responsibilities at the prison's gym. Tyson recounted, quote, "I was doing running 8 or 9 miles around, and at nighttime I would run for 4 hours just in my room. I would jump and stuff, just jumping up. My cell has a concrete floor, right? I indented it with my feet into the concrete floor. I was 285 pounds. I came out 215 pounds. During his tenure at the Indiana Youth Center, Tyson forged connections with fellow inmates and staff members. Demonstrating good behavior throughout his incarceration, he even formed a friendship with a Muslim clerk, who introduced him to Islam. Eventually, Tyson embraced Islam as his religion and adopted the name Malik Abdul Aziz.
I'm a man, I make mistakes. Do I pray every day? No. Do I go to the mosque every day? No. Would I die for Allah? Yes. Is Allah in my heart? Yes.
The Indiana Youth Center provided inmates with opportunities to better themselves through education and rehab programs. One of Tyson's most significant achievements during his incarceration was earning his GED through a high school equivalency program offered by the prison. This accomplishment showcased his determination to make a positive change in his life. Describing his time inside, Tyson explained on an episode of the Pivot podcast, quote, "I'm just very grateful. I'm a cool guy, I'm a good person, I treated everybody nice. I had the best 3 years of my life in prison." Furthermore, Tyson also engaged in substance A counseling programs aimed at helping inmates address their addiction issues and acquire essential coping skills for post-release integration. As part of his incarceration conditions, Mike Tyson had to put his boxing career on hold.
Well, that's just how an addict talks. You know, when addicts are high and addicts have an addiction, they talk like that. Everything's extreme. If I don't get my way, it's the world's end.
Unable to train professionally or compete in the sport that had defined him for so long, he grappled with emotional turmoil while adjusting to this new reality. However, the heavyweight icon admitted that when he first entered prison, his anger got him into trouble that resulted in a year being added to his sentence. Quote, "I got an extra year. When I first came there, I was mad at everybody. I didn't know they all wanted to show me love, so I'm fighting the guards and stuff, but then the guards were telling me how to move. So now I'm the man. I am getting food, got women, I am the man in prison," he said on an episode of his Hotboxing podcast. He further recounted, quote, "But when the guard that was working for me goes like, 'Listen, champ, remember when you first came here? You had those problems, we had to give you a year?' I said, 'Oh, FS, how could they do this, S?' I gave them my money and they gave me another year, so I had to go on programs that I could never pass, spelling and stuff." And his aggression was seen during a fight in his prison time too. At the tender age of 20, Mike Tyson achieved the remarkable feat of becoming the youngest heavyweight champion of the world by dismantling Trevor Berbick, swiftly securing the undisputed crown shortly thereafter. Despite his trophy room adorned with gold, Tyson's journey has been marred by a series of controversies and incidents he would prefer to erase from memory. Beyond the spotlight of the ring, Tyson grappled with various personal demons. Despite the glitz of his accomplishments, Iron Mike faced challenges outside of the boxing arena. While his trophy room showcased triumphs, Tyson's life was not immune to turmoil. Though the former heavyweight champion has generally maintained a reserved demeanor about his time behind bars, in a recent interview with rapper Fat Joe, he disclosed that he kept to himself during that period. Reflecting on his behavior, Tyson shared, quote, "I treated anybody the way I wanted them to treat me, and that's just how it was. They weren't scared of me. It all came down to respect." Despite his efforts to avoid trouble, the formidable boxer admitted to engaging in fights within the confines of the Indiana Youth Center. Quote, "Just one time I had to punch someone," he later revealed on Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. "Somebody said something and I just went over there and hit him. We were locked down for a long time and it was just something that was irritable and I went over there and hit him. We were locked down and couldn't go to the gym. Somebody got stabbed or something and we were locked down. I was just upset and miserable." Despite his efforts at rehabilitation, Tyson's celebrity status persisted and he received a visit from the renowned musician Tupac Shakur during his time behind bars. In a revelation on the Expeditiously podcast, Tyson shared, "The guards didn't appreciate him and the inmates became animated and excited when he arrived, posing a safety concern. He was a force of energy in there. Everyone recognized him and he commanded immense respect. That's how he lived his life, with tremendous respect." As Tyson recounted this tale, speculation arose that he might have faced threats to his safety in prison, leading him to engage in a physical altercation with another inmate for self-protection. Mike Tyson's life unfolds like a gripping Hollywood drama, a narrative filled with extraordinary triumphs and profound adversities. The former heavyweight champion's journey has been characterized by remarkable highs and tumultuous lows, yet every life experience he's encountered has contributed to shaping the man he has become today.
Pretty much out there. It's believed to be having fun and it's very accessible. So I just had a little vacation now.
Tyson's childhood was unlike any other. He faced the challenges of growing up in impoverished circumstances, often entangled in various criminal activities. Remarkably, before the age of 13, the young Iron Mike had already been apprehended over 30 times. However, the trajectory of his life took a transformative turn when he crossed paths with his boxing coach and mentor, Cus D'Amato. This encounter would prove to be a pivotal, life-altering moment for Mike Tyson.
Mike, did you love him or you were afraid of him?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. Both.
How did you reconcile that, loving him and being afraid of him?
How do you reconcile that? You're his slave.
Despite these challenges, his time in prison appeared to bring much-needed introspection into Tyson's life, setting him on a path towards self-improvement. Mike Tyson, during his appearance on the PBD podcast hosted by Patrick Bet David, was queried about the influence of a powerful male figure in the life of a young boy searching for his identity. Tyson broached the subject of diverse interpretations of a strong man and how its definition varies among individuals. Tyson conveyed, quote, "You have to think about the perception of the strong man. It could be a strong man in a criminal perspective and then a legal perspective, and that could be the strongest identity he sees." He further talked about how men in crime are also great men. Meanwhile, in another podcast episode, Tyson also revealed why he thinks people snitch.
That's just what you do when you, I don't know, I guess you're lost trying to find yourself at that moment.
In August 1995, only months after his release, he faced Peter McNeely. Tyson emerged victorious in this highly anticipated match, signaling to fans that he had no intention of retiring from the sport. He easily secured victories not only against Peter McNeely and Buster Mathie Jr., also Many observers and experts noted that the Tyson who emerged from prison was the most ferocious and formidable version the world had ever witnessed. His journey stands as a compelling testament to the indomitable human spirit and the ability to rise above adversity with resilience and strength. One of his fans wrote, quote, "Insane how Mike was only 4 pounds lighter but about 4 inches shorter. His muscle mass was insane, not to mention the speed and accuracy behind each punch. McNeely didn't stand a chance, but at least he put up some kind of fight. After down goes McNeely seconds into the first round, it was already over." Another one added, quote, "This guy fought bravely. If he did not have thrown these taunts during the press conference, he would have earned more respect. Tyson made him eat his own words." One more person wrote, quote, "McNeely was so scared. He was acting to be a tough guy during the press conference and at the beginning of the fight, but inside was terrified. His head-to-head hitting, running around the ring, and crazy brawl with Mike show that he dreamt about the end of this fight. In 1996, he recaptured the WBC title by defeating Frank Bruno in just 3 rounds. Over time, however, it became apparent that despite some victories, including regaining the WBC title against Frank Bruno, Tyson's dominance was beginning to wane.
But he's compact. You know, I mean, you're compact, but he's compact, big neck, and start treating like he breakdancing.
Maintaining his winning streak, Tyson secured the WBA title by defeating Bruce Sheldon. Yet his greatest challenge loomed in the form of Evander Holyfield. In their initial clash, Holyfield triumphed by stopping Tyson in the 11th round. The highly anticipated rematch, dubbed The Sound and the Fury, etched itself into boxing history due to one of the sport's most controversial incidents. At the conclusion of the 3rd round, Tyson was disqualified for biting Holyfield on both ears, with a fragment of Holyfield's right ear discovered on the ring floor following the bout.
What happened?
Oh, I just know I got bit.
Yes, I was sorry. I'm really sorry.
Were you shocked?
Of course. Tell her how I jumped. Tell her I was shocked.
As a consequence, Tyson's purse was suspended, his boxing license revoked, and he was fined approximately $2 million. During his peak, he owned mansions in Ohio and Las Vegas, which were known for hosting extravagant parties and housing his pet tigers. However, by 2003, Tyson had filed for bankruptcy despite earning approximately $200 million throughout his career.
Your old house, 50 Cent's house now, right? Does he still own it?
I have no idea.
But that house, what had movie theaters? What else in it?
Everything.
Was it West Hartford?
Trying to pick up where he left off professionally, Tyson's personal life encountered significant hurdles. Years of extravagant spending and lack of financial management came back to haunt him when he filed for bankruptcy in 2003. His financial troubles were compounded by ongoing struggles with substance abuse and other brushes with the law. At the time, reports indicated that he was burdened with £15 million in debt. In a 2005 interview with USA Today, Tyson expressed a sense of despondency about his life. Quote, "My whole life has been a waste. I've been a failure," he said. "I just want to escape. I'm just really embarrassed with myself and my life. I want to be a missionary. I think I could do that while keeping my dignity without letting people know they chased me out of the country. I want to get this part of my life over as soon as possible. In this country, nothing good is going to come of me. People put me so high, I wanted to tear that image down." Mike Tyson retired from professional boxing in 2005 after an unsuccessful comeback attempt against Kevin McBride. In 2012, he debuted a critically acclaimed one-man show called Mike Tyson: Undisputed Truth. Directed by Spike Lee, the show combined confessional storytelling with humor, giving audiences an intimate look into Tyson's tumultuous yet transformative life journey. The success of his one-man show eventually led to the development of the popular podcast Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
And challenging the heavyweight champion of the world for a shot at the heavyweight boxing champion, Francis Ngannou. Ooh, I got the name right.
Mike Tyson's surge in boldness and aggression, along with a complete shift in his personality and financial issues, is often attributed to his time in prison. There is speculation that he faced threats while incarcerated, and according to his accounts, the officers did not hold him in high regard. However, Tyson, known for his ability to stand up for himself, is not one to back down. He possesses the instinct to discern when and how to exact revenge when necessary.